Good morning, guys. Thank you for joining me today. And as always, before we get started, I would like to give thank you to you and your families and friends who helps you with this math lesson. So why don't you take a minute and give your friends and family appreciation, and let's be grateful for everything that we have, and let's get started. So today we're doing module 4, lesson 25, and our objective is model decompositions of 9 using a story, situation, objects, and number bonds, which simply means we are going to find different ways of making 9 using a math story, using our materials, as well as our number bonds. And we will be needing, as always, we'll be needing loose leaf papers, something to write with. You'll need your math book, you'll need your number bond chart, and you'll need some sort of materials, but make sure you have 9 pieces. So before we get to our application problem, you can pause the video and gather up your materials, and let's move on to our application problem. So I will read it twice, and we'll figure out which parts are there, and then we'll do it together. So the story goes, there were 9 flowers in Rocher's beautiful garden. She had 2 vases. Draw one way she could put all of her flowers into the vases. Are there other ways you can show, or you could have shown, the flowers? So I'll read it again, and this time we're going to start doing it together. So there were 9 flowers in Rocher's garden, and she has 2 beautiful vases. So I have the 2 vases. And vases are things, it's like a little bottle or big bottles or containers that you put flowers in, and you can have different shapes and different colors. So I have drawn 2 vases over here. They're 2 different kind, and this is where you put the flowers in. So it says draw one way she could put all of her flowers into the 2 vases. So I will draw the 2 different ways, or one way I can put the 9 flowers in. And at this time, you can take your materials. All you need, if you have loose leaf paper, you take out loose leaf paper. If you have a dry erase board, you'll take out your dry erase board, and you'll draw the 2 vases on your paper or your board. And I have mine, and you can pause the video at this point, and you can draw your 9 flowers, but you have to make sure that all 9 flowers get separated in 2 vases. So all the 9 flowers, you can put it however way you want, but make sure they're in 2 vases. So the way I will put it, you can do yours, and you can put a pause on the video, and then you'll come back to see if you did the same thing as I did, or does yours look different. So the way Miss Shaima did is 1, 2, 3, 4. So I put 4 flowers in one vase, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 flowers in the other vase. So remember, we have to make sure that all of the flowers equal to 9 flowers, because that's what Richer started off with. So let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So Richer, so now all together we have 9 flowers, but she put 4 in one vase and 5 on the other vase. Please show me if yours look same as mine or a little bit different. If it looks different, if you have a different number, for example, if you have 6 in one vase and 3 on the other vase, it's still okay, because there are different ways you can make 9, and that will be our objective today. which is we're going to learn how to make 9 in a different way using numbers that are different from 5 and 4. So today's lesson, before we begin the lesson, you may put all of your material away, and this one we will do it together. And the next one, I want you to take your materials out, and then we will try one by yourself. So I have 9 bears, right? I have 9 bears. Some of the bears want to go in the cave and sleep, and some of the bears want to eat honey. So we will look at how many goes in the cave for sleeping and how many goes to the tree to get some honey for food. So let's see. I have 1 bear that goes to sleep, 2 bears that goes to sleep, 3 bear goes to sleep, and 4 goes to sleep. So I have 1 that comes to honey, 2 that comes to honey, 3 that comes to honey, 4 that comes to honey, and 5 goes to honey. So I have 5 bears that goes for honey and 4 bears that goes for cave. Now we're going to see how it looks in our number bond. So I have the number bond drawn, and we already know that we have 5 here and 4 here. So you can take out 5 fingers in one hand and 4 fingers on the other. So we already know that one hand has 5 fingers. You can just count on 1, 2, oh no, I'm sorry. If 5 is in one hand already, we will count on 6, 7, 8, 9. So our whole, well, let's do the parts. We have 4 that goes to cave and 5 that goes to honey. So 5 and 4, like previously when you did it, 5 and 4, when we counted with our fingers, it becomes 9. So 4 and 5, just like in our application problem, becomes 9. So now at this time, you may take out your materials, and let's do the same bear problem. Let's continue on. So the next page, it says that only 2 bear goes to the cave, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 7 bears that went for honey and 2 bears that goes for cave. So how would I put that in a number bond? Let's look at it. So we know this is the whole and these are the 2 parts. We also know that 9 is our whole because we started off with 9 bears. So we have 2 bears. This 2 represents the 2 bears that went to the cave, and the 7 over here represents the 7 bears that went for honey. So I know 2 and 7 makes 9. So let's go start with our problem set. So today, make sure you are in problem set 25 because that's the one we are working with. And one thing, please remember to put today's date. So today is 29. So I'm going to put 4-29-2020. Make sure you have your name and date on both pages so I know who you are when you get when your work gets submitted. And let's listen to the story. It says there are 9 shirts, color, some with polka dots and rest of them stripes. Fill in the number bond. Again, there are 9 shirts, color, some with polka dots and rest stripes. So with the computer, I won't be able to draw some stripes and polka dots. What I will do is I'm going to color some red and color some blue. So I'm going to color let's see how many how many shirts I colored red. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and I'm going to color rest of them blue. If you don't have crayons, that's okay. You can shade them with your pencil and leave some blank. If you have crayons, you don't have to stick to red and blue. You can do any colors you want, or you can follow the instruction with the polka dot and stripes. It's totally up to you. So in the book, they gave us a clue, and it says whole is 9. Now we just have to make sure that we put the correct number of red and blue shirts on the parts. So I have 2 blue, so I'm going to write 2 here, and I have 7, because I counted earlier, I have 7 red. So now I know that 2 plus 7 equals 9, or 7 plus 2 equals 9. I want you to do this, 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 and this by yourself. Make sure you follow the direction, and you have to make sure you put the whole and the parts in the right order, because the number bond directions of it changes. So let's look at the next one. Same thing. Please make sure don't forget to put your name and date. And I believe today is the 28th. I could be wrong. Nope, it's the 29. So today's 29, 2020. Let's do one together. There are 9 leaves. Color some red, then rest of them yellow, and fill in the number bonds. So this is for the students with no math book. This is for the students with no math book. Even though they're drawing a picture of leaves over here, you don't have to draw the picture of leaves. You can just draw simple circles and color them in. So let's do some red and rest of them yellow. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I decided to color 8 red. So that is one of my part. And I'm going to write 8. And it says 1 yellow. So I'm going to draw, since only 1 is left, so I'm going to write 1 yellow. Okay, this is a bit hard to understand, so I'm going to go back to a blue marker. 1. So I know 8 and 1 makes 9. So I want you to do this and this by yourself. Again, do not forget to put your name and today's date. Some of you guys noticed that last week we've been working with subtraction, last 2 weeks. And before that, we focused on addition. So from now on, the math lessons will be mixed. Some days we'll do subtraction, some days we'll do addition, or some days there might be both all together, because that's the way application problems are designed. This is why it's very important for us to go back to the previous videos, especially with subtraction, to look for the keywords. The keywords are very, very important, because it's going to give you a clue to find out which one of the problems is addition, which one of the problems is subtraction. Most of us are pretty comfortable with the addition problems because you're just adding and the number gets bigger. But subtraction is where sometimes we have a little hiccups. So please make sure you visit, or you when you do go visit the previous videos with the keyword, you can maybe pause the video and quickly write it down on your notebook to make sure you know to look out for those specific words, because those are the words you are going to see even if you are in third grade or first grade or second grades in subtraction problems. So remember to memorize them and understand what the story problem is asking. Sometimes it asks for more, sometimes it asks for less. So with that being said, today I would love to give shout out to Jace. He's been on time and consistent with submitting all of his work. And when I have a chance to speak to him for daily check ins, he always says nice and kind words to me. I really appreciate that. And he is a very happy person. He brings, he's someone who is always eager to help, always like to share what's going on in his days, especially now the fact that we are at home trying to learn. So I would like to give a shout out to Jace today. And at the end, yeah, I hope you guys are enjoying the videos and the videos are being helpful. I'm always thankful for you guys for giving me feedbacks and improving on my lessons. But at the, and lastly, I would like to say please stay safe. I miss you guys, and wash your hands frequently. And I will post another lesson tomorrow. I'll see you guys. Bye.